Mickey 17 is the brand new film from Warner Brothers that just hit theaters. The film is written and directed by Bong Joon-ho. It's coming off of directing the Best Picture winner of a couple years ago, Parasite. This film stars Robert Pattinson as Mickey Barnes, someone who is going to become an expendable on this mission from Earth to a different planet to inhabit a different world. But he chooses to be the first expendable for this expedition, which means that they can print out his body. His job is to basically expend himself and kill himself at any time, and they'll reprint him out a new version of Mickey as we get to the main character of Mickey 17. Also in the film is Naomi Ackie as the character of Nasha, the love interest for Mickey of the movie, who also works on the ship. Steven Yeun's in the movie as Timo, a friend of Mickey before they went on this expedition. And the expedition is ran by a powerful political couple of Kenneth, played by Mark Ruffalo, and his wife, played by Toni Collette. The film's 2 hours and 17 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dittenberg. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do movie and TV show reviews, at-a-theater reactions, movie rankings, as well as every Monday, a box office breakdown show. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Mickey 17? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you a fan of Bong Joon-ho, or you think he's one of the more overrated filmmakers? Let me know in the comments section down below. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button down below. So this was one of my most anticipated movies, honestly, of the entire year. Bong Joon-ho made Parasite, which was my favorite movie of that year. It's actually, since covering the Oscars, it's really the only time that my favorite movie of the year won Best Picture. I adore Parasite. I think it's one of the best movies of the last 20 years. And I was excited because obviously Robert Pattinson's also one of my favorite actors working today. That combo, the fact that he really did take his time with his follow-up to such a masterpiece, I have pretty high expectations. And what I'll say is this movie is definitely not going to be, again, for everyone, but I had a really good time with Mickey 17. This very much a dark, satirical comedy I had a really good time with from start to finish. The movie is nearly 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and I just really never felt the length throughout the entire film. But the part that I think is the most surprising aspect of the movie is that the film has a lot of heart. And I was going in, and the movie at times, with its subject matter, can't take itself too seriously all the time. And the movie has a lot more comedy than I was expecting. It's a very funny movie. But the movie wouldn't be as good, in my opinion, without the heart. And you do care about both when Mickey 17 and Mickey 18. They're kind of the main two Mickeys. They're called multiples, and by accident, they printed out a new Mickey, even though they thought Mickey 17 died. So they printed out Mickey 18, but then multiples are banned. They're supposed to get rid of and assassinate any expendables who are multiples. And that's kind of the main plot. So Pattinson, for most of the movie, he plays obviously a lot of different versions of Mickey, but for the most part, he's playing two Mickeys at the same time. And Robert Pattinson continues to prove that he has some range. I mean, he is definitely a out there actor. He definitely goes for it. He's not this most mainstream type of actor that you expect from, especially a guy who played Batman. But again, if you just saw him as Batman, you wouldn't understand that he's done this a lot, but he's also really good in this movie. He's fantastic because, again, playing two different people for most of the movie is really hard to do, especially when they're supposed to be the same person with the same memories, but he actually makes them feel that they both have the same memories, but very different people. Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 do feel like very different people while still having the core beliefs, values, and memories of the one Mickey Barnes. And that is a really tough performance. Yes, the writing can help, but Pattinson has to deliver the performance for the movie to work. If Pattinson isn't amazing in this movie kind of crumbles around him. But he's really excellent in the movie. He's funny. He's going for a lot of different voices in the movie, which you've seen him do in a lot of other movies as well. But he's got a great again, they're all different voices that you haven't heard him do before. Very funny. He can both be serious, ruthless in one scene, and then lighthearted, a klutz in another scene. So that's a really difficult performance. I thought Pattinson really nailed it. Naomi Ackie is also very solid. She's choosing a lot of good projects over the last year or two. She's very solid in the film, as well as really good chemistry with Pattinson. I enjoyed the over-the-top nature of Mark Ruffalo's performance. Again, he's playing a very cartoonish political figure, and he's obviously playing off of someone in our political world, basically. And Ruffalo's clearly having a blast. Toni Collette doing Toni Collette in this movie, awesome. She's a lot of fun. And it's always great to see Steven Yeun start picking up in more mainstream, bigger movies. He's such a good actor, and he's very solid in here. As I said, the movie is also very straightforward from a plot perspective, not from a message perspective, which I'll get to in my negatives, but from a plot perspective, the movie is quite straightforward. It's a breeze of a movie because it's funny, and also this movie feels very real. You can understand why a lot of people maybe who are struggling in the world, don't have a lot going on in their life, would risk going on this mission to a different planet to find different people. The movie has, as most people, when humans go on this type of expeditions, they assume the worst of non-humans. And there's a lot of political satire, there's a lot of messages in the movie, but I honestly had a very good time with Mickey 17. As I said, the main negative for the movie is that it's going for just way too many messages. And it felt like for like the first hour or so, it was sticking to one core message, and then it kind of went all over the place from a message perspective. You can really feel it in the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie when it's trying to wrap up, when it's trying to say all these different things into the last 20 minutes in the movie. It feels very crammed because they're going for so many different things message-wise. If it's political, if it's about humanity, if it's about just anything, relationships, race, anything like that. It's going for a lot of different things. Language barriers, it's going for a lot. And I think it should have, I think the movie could have been a lot more focused if it chose one or two messages instead of trying to go for like 5 or 6 different things that Bong wanted to say. So I think it feels like a lot in the third act where they're trying to just do a little bit too much in the movie. And I do wish the Steven Yeun subplot, I love Steven Yeun, but his subplot didn't feel as necessary as the other subplots. There are points where I feel like he could have probably been written out of the movie, depending on, I like him in the movie a lot. It's not performance or the character. It just feels from like a story perspective, there's points where he can just kind of be dropped out of the movie for big portions and the movie would just keep moving forward. So I wish his subplot felt more necessary. But overall, I had a really good time with Mickey 17, better than I was expecting. Still not a movie that I love, but a movie that I think is very excellent and surely a good one to watch in theaters. So I'm going to give Mickey 17 a 4 out of 5 stars and 80%. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.